last video was going to be a rant video, but we're going to have to hold off on that because I have to review Total Drama All-Stars episode 10, the Obsta-kill Kourse. This episode was, as usual, an incredible episode. They're just getting better and better with these episodes, and this episode was predictable. I will admit that. A lot of people said that, yes, it was predictable, but I did really enjoy it. I had one little problem with it, but it wasn't like a huge problem, and it definitely was a really good, cool episode, though. So, the big thing in this episode is that now that Chris kind of was captured last week, he kind of decides that he wants to make the challenge more violent this time, so he makes this Obsta-kill Kourse where it's like everything that is dangerous to them. So, that was the basic challenge. There was some really cool stuff, actually. I really enjoyed. One of them was like licorice rope. Another one was, there was like dog fur, which Zoe is allergic to. But there's some other stuff going on besides that. I really want to talk about Alejandro and Mal. This by far was the best part of the episode for me. I was really loving this part because here's the thing. At this point, Alejandro knows Mal's secret. This does not stop Mal, and this does not scare Mal. Mal just makes his next move. His next move is to get rid of Alejandro. So basically, he goes to Zoe, and he says that Alejandro was the one who pushed Cameron and everything and made him fall, when it was really Mal who did that. But he's basically making Alejandro just look like the biggest villain of all time on this show. Now, Zoe's a little confused about this because she thinks, well, she knows Alejandro is, like, a strong player and everything, but she doesn't really know if he's capable of something as big as that. And, but she decides that she wants to start this plan to go after Alejandro and vote him out. So, she starts this alliance with, she starts telling people about it, and, Zoe is just so naive. She doesn't realize that Mike is Mal. She doesn't realize that. Meanwhile, Alejandro is planning to tell everyone about Mal. At some point, I was thinking that by the end of the episode, everyone would know. But, that's not what happened. But basically, he says that it's going to work because he has this DVD footage of everything of Mal. And, we can see that Mal is very upset at this. There's a lot of confrontation between Alejandro and Mal, but every time Alejandro tries to fight Mal and everything, tries to show everyone the truth, he ends up getting hurt somehow. And that was kind of funny, I guess, but it was also pretty intense. So basically, they're still going ahead with the plan to get rid of Alejandro. And what happens is that he eventually, we see that in Mal's head, Mike ends up fighting. Mike is still in Mal's head, and Mike is trying to get out and trying to come back as a real Mike, because he really wants to get rid of Mal. But instead, we see his other personalities want to come out, and the girl personality, I don't remember her name, but the one that's like super strong as a girl, well, that personality ends up coming out, but Mike stops it, so Mal falls, and he loses it. So, Mal gets really pissed off, and Mike in this episode, he says that Mike really, he's gonna get rid of, his next plan is to get rid of Mike once and for all, which I don't know how he's gonna do that, but there's gotta be a way to do that, because at this point, Mal can do anything, I think. And, now, here comes the really interesting part of this episode. We see Mal, he's with Zoe and everything, and, him and Zoe are, he's still pretending to be Mike, but he's Mal and everything, and him and Zoe are in the challenge, and it seems like Zoe's really, happy to be with Mike and everything. She's just really planning on throwing Alejandro and getting rid of him. Then we find out, though, that we hear, at first we see that, we see Mal attack Alejandro, and he basically says, give me the DVD right now. And, it turns out that, they end up fighting, and Mal ends up winning the fight, of course, and it's pretty big. But then after this, we get a pretty big part where we see Alejandro, and Zoe hears Mike, but basically Alejandro calls Mike Mal, and she said, did he just call you Mal? And he said, oh, no, he just called me Pal. But basically now, Zoe's not telling Mal this, but she is onto him. She wants to find out research about him, so I'm finally happy that Zoe is finally realizing the truth about Mal. I mean, she's just so stupid. I think she could not think of Mike doing that, so she didn't really want to believe it was true. She wanted to think it was total bullshit, what Duncan was saying. And I really love the scene where she's like, well, thank God this personality came out and not that Mal person. Hello, that Mal person is right in front of you. It's kind of stupid. I mean, Mal is just that good of a player. And, Zoe really, though, was just really annoying this episode. She really was just annoying me because she's so stupid. If Mal is right in front of her and she can't even see it, it's just, ugh, whatever. But basically, though, we see that, after this, she's on to Mike and everything, and we see that it's time for someone to vote someone out. And Alejandro ends up leaving, but he draws a devil thing on Mike's face, and Zoe ends up winning the challenge. So Zoe gets to pick one person to go with her to the spa, and she ends up choosing Mal. And the real reason she's doing this, we know, is because she knows something is going on with Mike and with Mal. She knows something's going on there, and she's on to him, and she wants to figure out as much as she can with him, so doing what she did is a perfect move, because this way she can uncover more about Mal and figure out, more of what he's like and what he's doing and everything. But Alejandro warns everyone that the real evil is in the drawing, and Zoe's like, what does that mean? And that's how the episode ended, basically. And, I gotta say that I liked this plot, but the whole Alejandro thing, I wish they would have handled this differently. I don't think Alejandro should have left. Although now Zoe is going to finally figure out the truth about Mal, when it's kind of too late. Because now, basically what Mal said is he's going to take down everyone one by one and get them all there, and he's going to win this. And also he said he's going to find a way to get rid of Mike once and for all. I don't know how he's going to do it, but he's going to find a way to do it. Because at this point, Mal can do anything. He took down Alejandro, one of the biggest villains in total drama history. He took down the greatest player ever, and if he can do that, he can do anything. Anything. It was only in top 6 and Alejandro was gone. It's amazing to see this, and I really love seeing this, and I think it's going to be incredible to see what else happens here. But I loved this plotline. I really love where it's going. And the other plot that we have in this episode, though, is that Courtney is really upset because Scott dumped her after finding out that Cameron kissed Courtney, and he thinks it was intentional and everything. And she reveals the truth to Zoe, and she tells Zoe not to tell Gwen because she feels if she tells Gwen that Gwen is going to get, that Gwen is going to think Courtney's a hypocrite and everything. And Courtney just wants to keep this secret inside of her, but it turns out that Courtney ends up getting back together with Scott because Scott really can't resist it, so she gets back together with him. Scott was acting like a freaking pussy in this episode. He really was. I didn't like Scott at all in this episode. He really was just the most annoying part of the episode, but besides that, it was fine. But we see that, that's exactly what Gwen does. She says to Courtney, you really shouldn't have done what you did with everything, and, in their plan to get Alejandro evicted, not evicted, why do I keep saying evicted? Eliminated. In their plan to do that, Mal tells Courtney that Alejandro actually was the one to force Cameron into kissing Courtney, which is pretty big the way that all worked, and I definitely really enjoyed that. But that really wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't as big as a deal as I thought it was going to be. But it does wreck some stuff in Gwen and Courtney's friendship as it goes. And also the Zoe stuff, because Courtney thinks that Gwen is having this secret alliance with Zoe. And she's really worried and everything. So we're definitely going to see what happens here. But I really enjoyed this episode. I really like where this Mal plot is going. Even though I didn't like the way it ended, I like where it's going. How is Mal going to take down Mike? He's going to find a way to do it. How is Mal going to get rid of Mike in his head once and for all? It's going to be incredible to see. Also, when Zoe finds out more about, obviously she's going to start to find out more about Mal. Is she going to find out the truth? I think she will. I can't believe she hasn't found out the truth yet. I do have a feeling when she finds out the truth, though, it's going to be way too late. And also, what's gonna happen with Courtney? Do you think she's wrecked her relationship with Gwen? What do you think about that? Not relationship, but friendship. And also Scott and Courtney. Do you think they're gonna last? I really don't know. But that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be my review of the originals. So see you then. Bye.